This is David Coronado with the Paranormal-Activity podcast, and this is part two. So part two begins the following night after when I discussed in part one, where I thought I was having a major heart attack, and I realized it was the shadow person coming after me. I don't know if he was trying to take my life or what the situation was, but in that video, when I said I turned to the left and I saw this large block of like evil, I mean, it's the darkest I've ever seen. So I knew that was a shadow person. So, I made it through that night. So the next night I figured, okay, I'm going to have hopefully somewhat of a normal night. So I'm laying in bed and I'm facing the bedroom mirror for whatever reason, but I was. So I looked at it for a moment and I thought, I hardly ever look at it anymore, so I thought I'd look at it that night. So I'm looking at the bedroom mirror and I start to see what looks like, in the beginning I thought it was like some kind of mist or a fog or something, and it was kind of moving and I really couldn't make out what it was. Then it got a little bit clearer and it looked like it was a large, like a whitish veil that was like undulating, and I couldn't figure out what it is or what it was. And it started moving more and more, and then it kind of took the shape somewhat of a person. And then I see near the top of the mirror, I see like this black, almost like a fog or something, that starts coming over. And then this white veil that's still undulating, it starts attacking the black that's coming over. And then I also see a black coming up, and they're like going against each other. And in one part, the white, the whitish veil turns, and I kind of see the outline of someone's back, and then they kind of go like this, and I saw wings. So I assumed that was an angel, and they're attacking more and more, and they're fighting, and it's going back and forth, and they're trying to attack the blackness, which I assume was the shadow person. And this went on for like 4 or 5 minutes, and I'm just like, not shocked, but I'm like in awe that I see this is all happening, where it's good, basically good versus evil, and angels basically trying to protect me, which that still shocks me, why, God chose to protect me. But they're fighting and they're going back and forth, but I couldn't believe it when I saw, and it looked like a back, and I don't know if it was female or male or whatever, but they kind of did this, and then I could see feathers, or like wings, with feathers. And I thought, oh my God, that's an angel, and they're fighting, and I'm just watching this, and I mean, I don't move an inch because I'm just like in a trance watching this. And it went on for, like I said, about 4 or 5 minutes, and then the blackness kept shrinking, and then the white, that white veil or the angel encompassed or surrounded the whole blackness, and then everything disappeared. And so, I'm laying in bed and I'm seeing this, and I'm trying to, comprehend what I just saw. I mean, like 4 or 5 minutes of actual good versus evil, and that was the shadow person. And this was all happening within the mirror, and that kind of caught me off guard in the beginning. But I realized the first time I ever saw a shadow person, he was coming through the mirror. So I assume, I don't know if it just pertains to me or people in general, but I assume that's where the shadow people come from mirrors in the house or wherever. But that they're sitting there fighting and rolling back and forth, and as this, like, I couldn't comprehend at the time what's going on, because first I thought it was like a mist, and then like a veil, and then all this moving around. But then I'm seeing them, fighting, and then that's when the angel kind of turns it back to me, and I didn't even know that was still an angel until they kind of raised like their wings, and then I realized, that's an angel, and they're fighting, and it's got to be the shadow person. and they just went around and around. I mean, and it would be like I could see where like the angel would try to like get a hold of the shadow person, then it would kind of like squirm around or squirt out or whatever from their hold, and it went like I said for 4 or 5 minutes, and then the angel finally got a hold of it, and then the whole thing disappeared. The angel did, and the blackness disappeared. So I don't know if that means that I'll never see. I mean, I hope to God I never see another shadow person, because I mean this has been these last 2 weeks probably been the worst of my life about being. I mean, I've been attacked before, but nothing like this. I mean, this is like a whole nother level. But I couldn't believe that afterwards I thought, I always say I'm not the most righteous and I'm not a saint, but I talked to a friend of mine, and she said, maybe God did that because to show that, that you have more value than you think you do. That, not everyone's a saint. No one's like, 24-hour religious, And I said, well, maybe I've kind of, I don't want to like overestimate. I go, but, maybe I'm not as bad as I thought I was. I mean, I know I'm better than I was from, a couple of years ago. But when I saw that, I thought, my God, they're fighting, that angel's fighting to protect me. And so I decided right after that, I've been making steps to be better and everything. But I thought, if they're going to go through that and put that much faith in me, then I need to do more. And so I've been working to, be a lot better person quicker, because I was kind of taking like these baby steps. So it could be 10 years before I ever made any progress. So, but after that, I'm going to make more of an effort, and we are working on, and I don't think I mentioned this in the first one, but we're going to try to set up a team to go to all the different haunted locations in Arizona, so we can, provide more proof. But after that, I thought, I go, maybe I'm not as bad as I think I am. Maybe I am a better person. I mean, I'm not at the top of the list, but maybe I'm a little bit better, because if God sent an angel to protect me, which I never thought I'd be way at the end of the line before they'd have someone, protect me. But when I saw that, I thought, I need to be more, not more religious, but more, just a better person overall. But I couldn't believe when I saw that. I mean, I didn't even know I was seeing for like the first 2 or 3 minutes, because I'm just seeing this whiteness and this black, and I couldn't figure it out until that angel, kind of spread, and I only saw the back. I didn't see a face or anything. I just saw they raised it, and I saw like wings and like feathers on the end. And I go, that's got to be an angel. So, that's been quite a ride from 2 weeks ago, when I had like a low where I thought I had a major heart attack from the shadow person, and then I see this. So, it gave me a lot of things to think about. But I'm glad I'm still here, because that in that previous video, for people who might not have watched it, that I thought that was the end of me, that I was going to, it was time for me to pass away. But this one definitely isn't as long as the first one, but I wanted to explain the whole story so it kind of eliminate questions and concerns in part one. So I appreciate everyone watching. Thanks.